afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a Link to the Past Randomizer 2019 tournament. Today we have ChristosOwen, and jkoper here for Game 1. I am Wolfling0370, and joining me on the mic is this is not Yoho. Yoho, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good myself. So, Game 1 here, of course, is going to be the standard settings we use in the qualifier. It's open, 7-7, defeat Ganon, randomize swords, and there's no extra variation on that. But because this is Game 1, there is options later for Game 2 to have a little bit of a twist to it. We'll get to those a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this match. ChristosOwen, he works on the randomizer in the back end, does a lot of testing and stuff. But jkoper he plays so many different randomizers, and he's really great at all of them. I know him really well from the Zelda 1 randomizer, and it's going to be exciting to see these two play each other. But, they're both kind of old school players. They're from the older class of randomizer players, They're people who could probably talk about, V19 and all that stuff, Hype K being real hype. All the old things. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play against each other, whether they're going to have the new strats or the old strats, what we're going to see going on.
Yeah, Christos and jkoper are no strangers to tournaments. I've seen them in several tournaments in the last couple of years. So this should be a fairly hype match going forward here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Looking at the hash, I wonder if that's any indication of what we're going to have coming up here.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not that much. It's a lot of useless items and then a glove. So
I mean, there's always something important on that mushroom, and who knows? Maybe the magic pad has something as well. But we should get started here in any moment now, and we'll see just how good or bad this seed will be.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of bad ones this tournament. I've gotten a couple myself, so
I feel like every cob I did last week in the last week has been a bad seed of some degree. And there they go. They are off. A piece of heart and 20 rubies to start things off. Green pendant at Eastern, 2 crystals otherwise on the overworld for Light World.
Christos is doing the tree pull strat, trying to get bombs or whatever, going to Uncle, getting those 2 items.
Getting magic instead.
Yeah. jkoper's just starting at Sanctuary and just going in. There's a lot more chance since V30 and V31 of getting bombs at the beginning because all of the capacity upgrades are out. And I don't know which one I go to. I still do the Uncle, but a lot of people have moved away from that. So it's an interesting difference.
Yeah, Uncle has his mirrors, and as you can see, we did find the mirror there, so that's a good thing to start with. Not really anything too important in the Light World thus far, though. But yeah, there's a lot of varying routes in version 31 here.
Yeah, looks like Christos is going to go up and check old Lumberjack.
Yeah, this is sort of a common play as you do escape, then you jump up through all of the north side of the overworld. And we are going to see the Aghanim check, and today Aghanim is not required, at least for that.
Not required, maybe for Dark World, but yeah, not for a piece of heart.
Oh, there's the glove, though. jkoper finding that in the well.
Well, there we go. The hash is proven true. Glove found very early.
Well, we need Titan's Bit regardless.
All right, the blinds hut check. Always a good starting off. Yep, jkoper got his bombs.
Yep.
Getting a little money and a heart.
Also has enough money for the bottle merchant as well. Now, because of the way jkoper chose to do this, he didn't have bombs for the well, so he does have to go back in there. So a little inconvenient.
Yeah, a little bit, but he saved the time on walking all the way to Uncle. If he does escape, he'll be able to pair those up, and it'll save time there. So who knows? Oh, maybe he's just skipping it. Yeah, for people asking in chat, this is the first match. It's just the default settings. The original match, there was going to be one on Saturday, but the great Discord panic of 2019 happened, and things had to get rescheduled.
All right, there's the Moon Pearl in
the bar.
And jkoper, I think, left the...
Yeah, he left the library check and the race game.
Somewhat, that's unusual, but I can understand as well. The seed hasn't given us too much to work with, and probably going to take value on those gloves and check them immediately.
Yeah, I mean, this is really interesting here. If jkoper feels like he's gonna be behind, you know, he's already playing a little bit riskier and just trying to skip the one-off, the slow checks, and get it done.
Yeah, and of course, there's really no point checking library if you don't have the boots. Well, there is some point. And nothing good in the back of escape, just a small key and 40 rupees.
Finally getting that heart piece from the house. And I guess we'll see the south. Nope, we're going over towards eastern now.
Yeah, jkoper even skipped out on buying bombs.
Well, I think he'll probably do it here. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to check the island and buy bombs in the shop here. Or maybe he doesn't check the island. Okay. But Christos, he's starting with a much more standard route here. Like, we'll probably expect him to do this, do library, check the race game, and then actually do the south loop to mini Moldorm and all that.
Yeah, it's only 20 rupees on Hylia Island there. And yeah, going to Sahasrara here.
Oh, the hook shots on the library.
Oh, that is some good information to have.
These early risks from jkoper are not quite paying off.
And there's the hammer.
Never mind, he can just go to Dark World now.
6-minute Dark World, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see what was on race game. We'll see what Christos gets. He walked back for it, so.
Oh, he would have stayed and quit. It wasn't anything important. Chat saying it was 300 rupees, and it is, and I can kind of see that. Yeah, that's a lot of the rupee grinding taken out of the way for Zora. That's paying Kiki, paying the super bomb, paying the yeah, that's a lot of Dark World purchases out of the way.
Yeah. Getting ready if he wants to do fake flipper. You got the Moon Pearl. You can do that.
Alright, heart piece at Pipe Cave thus far. Followed by a Sank Heart, actually. Green rupee. 3 bombs.
Flippers.
And the flippers! Interesting.
So a little bit of something there. We might end up seeing the flipper checks from Christos before we see.
Something else we won't be seeing tonight is Ganon. or at least Ganon 1. We have the most basic way to enter Dark World, and the way that also makes Ganon 100% not required to see.
So book at the dam.
Yeah. Because there's access to Desert, which isn't one of our crystals, but we have no fire source to clear the dungeon. And it could also be boots locked. Mini Molnar has a bottle for us.
jkoper already going for the catfish check? But yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not much jkoper can do right now in Dark World with the access point he chose.
Yeah, this route, I mean, it's either he dips pod, which I don't think he's done a map check. We don't know whether it's... But at worst, he'd get one item out, I believe.
Yeah. I believe it was the red pendant over in Eastern Palace, so we don't know where the green pendant is. And we don't know where our red crystals are either. That's unfortunate. Christos getting the one bit of grass to reveal a mine.
And nothing on the fish, just the blue boomerang. Maybe you could pick it up for menuing, but...
Yeah, choosing not to pick it up. It makes sense. Boomerang's not that useful.
Crystal,
a little bit of
run of escape.
Yeah, a little bit of alternate hitting routes here.
Yeah, jkoper's going back saying, I probably missed it. I'm gonna check it. And then I guess going for the flippers.
Actually, Christos is gonna do bomb escape.
Oh yeah, he is. He doesn't have the hammer or anything. That's I don't know. I mean, that's one of those things when the standard randomized weapon came out, everyone got good at doing bomb escape, but no one wants to actually do it. So Christos going for it here is surprising. He hasn't been able to get the hammer from Sahasrar's closet yet.
Yeah.
And still is just going for it.
And a sword for Christos.
An escape.
Rewarded.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
So jkoper has to be a little bit careful here. These crabs.
2 hearts. He can take 1 hit, but no more.
Yep. And they move really fast when they go sideways.
They don't want to make them angry.
And unfortunately, the map. So we know there's an item in the Dark Cross at this point.
So check back of escape, and then you'd assume he'd go towards the east side of the map if you decided not to fake flipper.
Hmm.
That's where you're going to choose it.
I'm somewhat surprised Koper has not decided to check around the Village of Outcast area yet.
That's what he's doing here. He's routing in those checks he didn't do on the race game and on the library, and then he's going to walk up and walk around to get into the probably.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You gotta assume.
Well, so goodbye to ChristosOwen for a while. Do some dark rooms here. These dark rooms, by the way, if there are torches in the dark rooms, the fire rod puts them in logic now. That's one of the version 31 changes.
Yeah, there's what, four of those locations that matter. The basement and pod. This one, the Dark Cross is in logic. The fire. The back of Eastern.
Sick kid only giving us 20 rupees. Apparently, the ropes are in the fairy drop, or in the fairy dropping pool.
Powder was in the dark, so we'll have to see if that ends up mattering. We know the hammer's already in this sphere of logic, so it's something that's checkable.
Yeah. But it's not in. Yeah, it's checkable, but it's not in logic. We need the fire rod for that to be in logic. Or the
I suppose if you're doing 6 Heart Dark World, which we'll see Christos doing soon, you know, it's always nice to have powder. You can power to some of the anti-fairy in some of these dungeons.
Yeah, powder. The item logic aside, powder's a great safety to have. Even if Magic Rat has nothing, it's a great safety.
Christos getting his hammer, saving and quitting. See where he starts at for his Dark World expedition.
And I'm surprised we haven't had a Dark World map check yet.
Really?
I have not seen jkoper check his map at all.
I mean, it seemed like he had been kind of avoiding the Dark World dungeons.
Let's
You
see if
gotta
Christos
assume
does
eventually
it.
he's gonna realize.
Green Pendant and Turtle Rock. Blue Pendant over in Skull Woods. 5 and 6 at Swamp and Ice.
So jkoper right now is in the dungeon. Now, Pendant Skull Woods value.
Oh, wait a minute. Could be a development. This could be a scene in which the fire is not in play.
That's true.
The only way the fire rod could be required 100% is if the big key's in compass room of Ganon's tower.
It's logically required.
And Bombos is not in Ice Palace.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's logically required, but, you know, there's a bomb jump you can get on. So...
Chris is having one of his bombs stolen. That might be bad. Yeah, pretty much with the fire rod has to not be locked by fire.
Yeah, I mean, it's those two cases. If the lamp isn't behind the fire rod or the key isn't on the right side of it.
The scene's still early. We couldn't really find out later. But there is the Bombos medallion, so Ice Palace can potentially have fire rod. Or it could have nothing.
The
And a shovel from Skull Woods.
Lining up a lot of fetch quests early.
You have to be a little bit careful. One tag from these Ropas and he is gone. Very short digging game today. Only, what, 8 days there for that heart piece? This isn't a great reward, but at least it's a fast one to check. And because of Swamp House and where we know the hookshot is being on library, boots are required this seed, so we'll have to find them at some point.
Yeah, it won't be a bootsless seed. If I see the hookshot on library, I feel a little comforted knowing that I won't have boots in Ganon Tower.
Although I will say that there is a worst case scenario. Boots in Swamp. Force double dip to clear.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
That does not feel good at all.
Yeah, doing Swamp without the hookshot is always depressing anyway.
And Village of Outcasts doesn't have anything too amazing.
Coper's going into Thieves Town without a sword. So far, he's on. Oh, he's dying and getting a refill. See if he goes. I mean, some people, unless they feel really comfortable with doing hammer on, might try and delay this as much as possible. Because not having a sword is. Oh, there's the bow.
That is pretty good to find. That's the first of 4 items here in Thieves Town, which is a crystal.
Definite progression opens up being able to full clear pod.
Second item, another heart container. But yeah, doing a hammer blind fight, not ideal. You really want to have fight blind and be on a specific pattern. The blind is basically a scripted fight. If you hit him pretty much the first possible instance every single time, the fight goes the exact same way every single time. That's kind of hard to do with a hammer.
Yeah, I think when Inverted came out, a lot of people practiced being able to do hammer blind because it was one of those things that was required a lot. But I'm not sure how comfortable jkoper.
And at this point, both runners do know that the hookshot is in play. jkoper doesn't know that Swamp is a crystal, so does not know it's required. Has not done a map check yet, to our knowledge. And I think it was only 2 items in the front, so we're going to the back.
I mean, it's a crystal. They gotta finish it. In this case, Christos has a sword.
Yeah.
Feel way more. But yeah, this is gonna be a tough dungeon. Just a lot of low resources. jkoper doesn't have the powder. He skipped a lot of spots that would give him some of the safety here.
Yeah, Coper's definitely playing high risk, high reward.
He's got a wall just blocking him from getting to that door. It's crazy.
Well, you don't call this room the Hellway for nothing.
Yeah.
And yeah, 2 items only in the front. We'll be seeing potentially the 3rd item here on Coper's end. And Chad is bringing this up, and I have to agree, and I'm unfortunately gonna have to agree with them. Boots can be on the pedestal to seed, as can the flute.
I mean, it can, but that's not something that even in the runner's minds, right?
Yeah.
You don't have the fire rod, so you're not going to care until you can actually beat every dungeon. You're missing so much to be able to beat all the crystals. You're not going to think about it. You know, maybe in an hour, 10 minutes, when you're looking for the last place and stuff to do, you have the book, I guess. If Christos goes up towards Skullwoods, but
usually when you have Pendant Skull Woods, you don't read the pedestal until you're about to claim your last pendant. Which you usually say Skull Woods is the last one.
yeah, it'd be one of those things. You're going to keep checking stuff you can right now. If you get the fire rod, it could be a hint that maybe you're going to need to start clearing some of the pendants, clearing Skullwoods, and maybe you would do it then.
And there's so many items locked. Our Turtle Rock right now that it's very unlikely pet is going to be required anyway. And that's the 4th item right there. Blind has the compass tonight.
So really just the bow here from Pod. Probably if they're going to follow that, you know, it's going to be, I mean, from Thieves, it's going to be Pod next, probably. You know, it's a dungeon they can... Alright, Coper with the hammer blind fight.
Already not on the ideal sequence. But should have enough health to tank this. Just as to be really careful not to get egg bite. Oh, one of the heads.
Oh boy, 2 hearts. Touched by a
Pyros
head and
do
you're
1
dead.
damage.
Oh, 1 heart.
Cannot take a hit. Oh
my god, it was so close.
Fireball.
He was so close to getting it done. Oh man, that stinks.
And this makes it so that Blind will be in the room automatically, but not in an ideal position. So yeah, Chober gonna do the wise play here, leaving the dungeon. We'll come back later. Hopefully,
he knows there's no item, so he can come back better equipped whenever.
Yeah.
Whenever he gets.
But he's gonna have a disadvantage going into the blind fight.
You can see how much easier it is without when you're using the sword. Make sure you damage him the first frame, and then he does the same thing as long as you damage him.
Yeah. But because that also relies on you being behind the boss spawns, you can't easily do it on a refight, so jkoper will have a disadvantage going into the blind refight later. And that fight can get quite chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, there's some beam strats, some Samaria or...
My favorite strat, of course, the burner strat. And jkoper just gonna take Stumpy and leave.
Yeah, well, he still doesn't have the mirror from Uncle to check K45 starting at his house.
Yeah.
He's walking towards Eastern. Maybe he's going to do Eastern now?
I mean, has the bow, it makes sense.
I guess maybe you check Eastern, and then if there's nothing there, you walk back out and then go in the portal for Pod. That's below there.
I think gonna check Pod first, it looks like, from jkoper.
Oh yeah, he's just going to Pod through this portal instead of the one below the house. I'm not sure. I've always thought that the one below your house was quicker than this instead of walk. Oh, he's changing his mind.
Yeah, I think jkoper is...
Well, he doesn't have the mirror, so he's got to be able to... If he wants to check Eastern, he's got to do it right now.
Yeah.
Or else he'll have to save and quit, so...
I think he was muscle memorying there to do Pod Eastern, but no, because he doesn't have the mirror, he has to do the opposite. He has to do Eastern Pod.
Christos is going to check Graveyard Ledge, having to go the long way around, because no boots, no mitt. Right, so this is our first side of Eastern, right? So something's in here. jkoper gets a little bit of an advantage back.
Key to start. Only 20 rupees at Graveyard Ledge. And yeah, the mirror is, I think, not on Uncle himself, just in but in that area. It's on the secret passage chest. It was fairly early, though, that Christos found it.
Yeah, so Christos having the mirror already. He can do the North Dark World swim towards Pod, check the get his pyramid check, all that, and then check Pod first, and then mirror if you want East. Because you know you got to do Pod, so you're probably just going.
This looks like it's going to be a Catfish to Zora check from Christos.
Yeah, he's just routing to clear everything.
Christos does not have enough money, though, as you can see.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't have enough money for Zora.
But that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Chances that Christos can just find the money. Also, does Christos have the shovel? Where was that? Oh, that was in Skull Woods, wasn't it?
Yeah, the shovel's in.
Okay,
Christos
so he doesn't
hasn't
have that
checked
to do some digging to grind the money up.
So takes the blue boomerang. Wild divergence from jkoper's. No thank you.
Half magic. That's a great item to have.
Oh, Christos threw the bottle in, hoping to get a free potion. Just gets the B.
Yeah. At least the animation's sped up.
Ladies out here giving out free Bs. Crazy.
And only 10 arrows on or ledge. Christos opting to not check Zora. Doesn't have the money for it.
Okay, I think jkoper had a little bit of trouble in the dark room just with the hammer. He's decided to go toward Uncle and do a... So he'll get his mirror.
Yeah. So Christos is walking south, probably going to check the pyramid as then the hobo, and then do Potty's turn.
Yeah, I mean, the story between these two so far is that jkoper's really trying to make some gambles and is having to backtrack some, and Christos is just doing like really thorough routing, clearing everything, and it, right so far has paid off.
Yeah. jkoper's been fairly aggressive with trying to follow items he's found, which is a valid strategy. It's just not working out for him.
Christos gets the heart piece, was maybe hoping for the refill.
So, okay, Christos is not checking hobo.
It doesn't look like it is, no. It's going straight to Pod.
Yeah, this makes some sense as well. That dock right there, though, at the hammer pegs that he does have a shallow water spot that would let him mirror and just go back and go under the bridge and check the hobo real quick.
I think the difference there is that it's just really easy to get back to that. If you save and quit at your house, you're basically as close to getting to the hobo as you are there.
I suppose that is true.
We're getting our first look at Pod here. See if it's bow locked.
It is not, but we still need to keep looking.
Coper's gonna check the Dark Cross without the fire rod or get the powder out of there.
So, Potter Swamp seems to be the play going forward right now. But we do have a few loose checks that we haven't done yet. We haven't done the hobo, like we mentioned. We also haven't not seen the dig spot, I don't think.
No.
And with the book, we do have access to Desert. And Desert could have something if it's not immediately boots locked.
Oh yeah, that's. That'd be really unfortunate because you know you're getting boot, so you might want to put off Desert just to give you the assurance that you'll be able to finish it when you get there. Also, you don't have a fire, so you gotta wait for it too. Something could still be in the front.
And actually, in regards to Desert, I just remembered we haven't been to Agina either.
Yeah, Gina could have something. I mean, you can sequence break Death Mountain here and do all of the Light World Death.
Yeah, there are options. A lot of loose ends that could be filled up. Now, pod with its 4 small keys in the front, usually. There's the lamp.
Is in pod. Well.
Well, that puts the entirety of Eastern and pod in logic.
A lot of stuff back
And the mountain is also in logic. Hera's in logic.
Oh, it looks like Christos is going to do the bomb jump from the left side to the back here. Don't see this too often.
Yeah, this is a fancy strat. And using the hard hat beetle there, it has sort of a bounce there.
Yeah, it's a fun bomb jump. You do that off.
Shovel Jack coming up for jkoper. Shovel is the
This is the boots. Oh, that's big.
So you have to go into Pendant Skull Woods.
Yeah, Pendant Skull Woods was required to.
There's the Cadence of Aria. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Putting the piece in my head here. Flute for no mode. And Titus.
We still need mitts. We still need it. So.
And another sword.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting a little
there's
bit.
There's still a little bit left to go.
I've got a little overwhelmed
this
there.
This isn't a sub-hour seed quite yet.
No. But that is a lot of progression that was found in a matter of seconds there. I got a little
both of them finding completely different things in completely different places.
Christos, why?
Christos with the double beat. Oh, why? The flute is in the dark. Okay.
So it's another sword and Titan's mitts, and we've got the entire sea figured out. Fyra could still be required, though. So even when we get all the pieces that we know of, there's still that loose end that potentially Fyra required for GT Big King.
Yeah, I mean, the big question is, when is Christos going to go into Pendant Skullwood? At this point, he can do the mountain, he can do Hera, he can do all this stuff, and he's going to be doing it without boot. jkoper has the boots, and he's going to end up catching up in this situation, being able to do these checks that Christos is also going to just running.
This is...
Nothing's on the magic.
Oh.
And like on the other side, jkoper, what will he think to go to next? You know, he just got all the stuff to be able to do out. He basically got his Swamp Palace starter kit by getting a.
All right, I've recovered a little bit. That was just a slew of items here, and we're still not in go mode yet. It's crazy that we're only 2 items away and we're not even 40 minutes in. So, good thing though, we know that the Talismans can't be on Death Mountain. But our other sword could be anywhere.
I mean, why do you say they can't be on Death Mountain?
Well, the Talismans can't be up there. At least
They
on
can't
the
be on
Dark
Dark
World
Death
side.
Mountain. They could be in the
Yeah, it
Light
can't
World.
be up there on the Dark World side.
Yeah.
But the sword can literally be anywhere.
So it's doing the hammer helmet strat. You hold your sword out there to extend the hammer hitbox. You're able to kill Helmet in 4 hits.
Alright, Crystal on the board for Christos. Cobra, meanwhile, checking King's Tomb, only getting a heart container.
Following the boots, checking out what's going on there.
Yeah.
Big question is going to be where he goes next.
The development here is we know the shovel's required. Crystal has to go get it from Skull Woods. But it's a pendant, and he knows it.
Yeah, he saves and quits to Sanctuary. He could be going either way, but I mean, yeah, you gotta activate your flute first. So you gotta wonder flute, then go to the mountain.
I say if he's gonna check Skull Woods at any point, he's gonna do it now before he decides anything. Then he's gonna mirror flute to the mountain. If he was being 100% efficient with it, he would not leave Skull Woods behind while he's in the area. But at the same time, Skull Woods' pendant might leave it behind anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
The next few moments for Christos here are the most critical of the race, I feel.
And he's floating away.
To the desert.
Okay, checking out the desert area. This is a check that's always made incredibly easier once you have the flute.
Cobra gonna take a rematch against Lion with the sword in hand.
Yeah, he's got the sword. He's got a lot more hearts. Should be okay.
Lion, of course, is a unique boss, like we should add. Doesn't matter what weapon you use, as you have, he has 9 health. All damage against him does 1 damage. And Desert is boots locked. So that limits where Christos can go.
Mirrors out, floating away. And here we go, Death Mountain checks. Things we haven't seen yet. While jkoper looks like, yeah, he's able to get through the blind fight a lot easier with this equipment. Heart count.
You know, part of me wants to hope, for Christos' sake, that the Titan's mitts are on Argus. Because if he finds the Titan's mitts before he goes to Skull Woods, he's going to be thrown astray a little bit by checking all the Titan's mitts locations. And might think, Turtle Rock has it. Even.
Well, I mean, you need mitts to get into.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Christos wants to find the mitts right now.
Oh, you think? Oh, you're saying that if he finds the mitts before he finds the blue on the shovel, that. Yeah, I mean that's really the risk here. He has a lot of things that you can get that'll open up a lot of unfortunate.
Yeah, ideally, I kind of want to see the Fire Rod now. Of all things. That's the red boomerang.
Oh, the red boomerang. I just saw like a red thing sticking down. Is that the fire? Just the red boomerang.
Christos will at least read the ether tablet.
Can't get what's on there about the Master Sword, but can get information if he needs to come back. Not even gonna
jkoper's
read it. He's
also
gonna go
going to the
straight into
mountain.
Hera.
Yep, going straight into Hera. Jkoper will be in here in a second.
You got the big. You do have the big key here. First item is 3 bombs here in Hera. jkoper following suit right behind Christos.
So I'm kind of interested with boots. How fast is jkoper going to be able to catch up to ChristosOwen doing these same things?
Well, it's kind of a trade-off as to say who's in the lead right now. If you want to think about it that way.
They both.
jkoper-
I mean, they both have different information.
Yeah, jkoper has the boots, which lets him check places faster overall. Christos has more crystals than jkoper does right now, and a little bit more information.
Hammer mold arm only takes 3 hits. You don't get the enrage phase, so it's always nice to have.
And Moldarm has the small key item, I believe.
I think they've gotten both of the items.
And jkoper does have bombas as well as a note. I didn't see how exactly jkoper got up here to Hera either. He must have went through the dark rooms.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah, he
Ether
went through
tablet.
dark Death Mount, navigated through, carried the uncle.
Ether tablet is a shield. Oh, there's the other item. So there is nothing on the boss. Or nothing in the basement. There's the Master Sword. It's in Hookshot Cave.
There's your next sword. That requires mitts though, so you got to be in go mode before you can actually get it.
Well,
you know that going to Ganon's tower, you'll be able to have enough. So that'll be good for them. They won't have to.
So that is a guaranteed Master Sword for when they get Titan's Meds. So really, it's just Titan's Meds for us in no mode. Then we're in no mode. Oh, there's another sword though. That'll be tempered.
Okay. Nice. I wonder whether they'll choose to get it or not. I think you should in this situation. Probably. It's real close. Like Master Sword Silverless Ganon is incredibly low compared to Temper.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Definitely.
really good at low.
If you have a choice between Master Sword Silverless and Tempered Sword Silverless, Tempered Sword Silverless every time. So that just halves how many spins you have to do in phase 4. Second bottle with a fairy in it for Christos. jkoper now knows that there's a sword here. We'll be getting the Master Sword as well.
Yeah, getting it too. Oh, but he's getting to do the Spiral Cave with boots. Feels so much better.
Nothing here in Paradox, though. Alright. Christos, where are you going, man?
He started at the house. He flew off.
Ice. No.
He's checking
Hobo.
and Flipper.
Can't do ice yet. Doesn't have the Titan's Meds. I almost forgot about that. is either Hobo, Zor, or both. And given the fact he's ignoring the portal, Hobo first.
And likewise, jkoper's going to check this, and we're going to see where he decides.
Oh no!
Hobo has the mitt.
That is the one thing we did not want ChristosOwen to find, but we are in no mode now. We know where everything is, pending the fire rod requirement for GT.
So, one last thing could put a hiccup in it. We're going to see what the medallion for Meyer.
Ah, yes, that's right. We almost forgot about. I almost forgot about that. And it put
It's
in Bombos
Bombos,
anyway,
so he could go in and do it now.
I did forget about the medallion, though. I am apologizing. I called that a little too soon.
And likewise, jkoper's going to Swamp, so we know he won't find his mitts here. We know he probably won't find like a sword up. So there's probably no...
We are thankful at least that Christos can't go into Misery Mire, waste some time there looking for boots, because they need the boots or the hook shot to get it.
So this is the first time that jkoper's actually checking the dam.
And sees the book.
Walks around the portal. You can actually, if you need to get through a portal that's like in a one-tile gap, you can pick up a bomb, pick up something, and you won't get warped.
The worst part is both runners can do Ice Palace right now with the Bombos medallion in hand.
Well, I mean,
that's where
jkoper's got to get the mitt, and then he will be able to go mode out.
Yeah.
Like if he had gone to Hobo first, he'd be able to go mode all his dungeon. Presumably, since Christos needs the boots to get the hook shot, he's going to at least be able to go mode Swamp. So, in the exchange of things, these are both things that the other player isn't going to have to do in the end.
Now there is one minor advantage that not being in what they know is go mode for, or rather no mode for us. If one of them finds the fire rod and it turns out that Ganon Pinky is in fact fire rod locked, that gives them one last little advantage.
Ah, yeah, it's a time advantage. I think both of them will be able to do the bomb jump if they have to light the torch. But, and you don't want to do it. So you're going to check everything before that. If someone goes up there and already has fire rod, then they'd be more apt to check the right.
So jkoper needs to head to Pod to get the remaining of the items, as well as the hobo. Christos needs to go to Skull Woods to get the shovels to dig up the boots.
There's the fire rod in Swamp.
Oh, but there's the fire rod for jkoper.
I wonder if this is, like you said, if you get the fire rod, do you think, well, Skull Woods? I mean, I think there's still an item in Skull Woods. I'm not sure if there's one. Does he go check it?
I don't know if jkoper will check it. But the fire rod being in that chest is bad for Christos, because I don't think Christos will come into here.
Christos will be in go mode when he comes in here. He'll even know where another sword is if he wants it. So he is absolutely not checking that chest.
Yeah. And what's more important is, if he does come in here, because he can actually come and check that chest.
He could think that boots were in Swamp.
Yeah, you could think boots are in the swamp.
I mean, in that case, it does kind of lead him to where he wants to go. Where he wants to go in the end, which is Skull Woods.
But depending on Turtle Rock's medallion, he might just think the fire rod's meant because the boots are in Turtle Rock. And given the fact ChristosOwen also knows where the hookshot is, Crystals probably won't dip Swamp Palace until it's his final location other than Skull Woods. So this is really difficult to tell if Crystals is going to check the swamp before Skull Woods. I can't see him doing it.
Oh, without the hook shot, we're going to see this bomb jump. Oh,
Yep.
Everyone does it facing upwards. I just face to the left, and it just worked, so... But I really like that bomb jump. One of the things I like about Ice Palace, there's like 4 different bomb jumps that you can do, just depending on your set. And Christos with the fast beeps. One heart going into downstairs.
Yeah, the fire rod being required for GT is a moot point because there is a bomb jump there. But the point I'm trying to make is, as we find the silvers on Crystal's end, so
Yeah,
they
there's the
says
silvers.
that. The point I'm trying to make is Crystals would probably not dip Skull Woods without the fire rod. And because it's in swamp, and we know where the hookshot is, Crystals will probably not dip the Swamp Palace, knowing that he will probably double dip it for the fire rod. He's not gonna go into swamp thinking the boots are in there.
Oh, Cobra got another sword on the other side, so that's funny too, because the extra sword is in Swamp, and the silvers are on Ice Palace. You gotta wonder whether either of them care about... I mean, I know jkoper won't care about the floating isle, and you know he'll probably not end up with silver. That's pretty funny. Both doing completely different things, kind of balancing each other out at the same time.
Yeah.
And that temper sword does make the Argus fight a lot better. With Mastered, you gotta slash him twice to be able to kill the puffs. Tempered, just one slash.
2 spins here, and that'll wrap things up here against Argus. And some armor.
And armor up.
Christos having a little bit of trouble getting through the door.
The other bomb jump. This one, I mean, this one's free, but he's still doing the spin setup for you. You just gotta stuff yourself up in the corner, and you get that one every. He gets armor on the other side too. But we
That's
know he'll end up
also-
with red mail.
That's also a vanilla armor location.
Yeah.
Alright. This is a trick we haven't seen yet from Bombos. And it's the Easter medallion.
Oh, he's...
What is there to say about that?
Someone mixed up their tablets at the factory.
So this will not be an easy fight for Christos.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how he approaches it. Just going straight into the hammer. Spins.
Yeah, Christos does have that parry in the back pocket here.
And the beeps. Oh god, why the beeps? Oh. I'm not sure whether those are like,
That's double.
just conditioning for him. You know, saying don't get these, or if he's just trolling us.
Alright, Coldstare is down. Coldstare did have a small key. So this was the Samaria locked Ice Palace. Not that it mattered, Christos already had it.
Yeah, great fight from him.
But more importantly to note, I think this Ice Palace was also hookshot locked based on the key logic. I wasn't paying too much attention to the keys. So he knows
really
that
hard to
he was gonna
tell whether
swim.
it's really hard to tell whether hookshot actually locks ice. Because
Yeah.
mirroring in Ice Palace for a key is in the logic for whether it's key locked. So
Yeah, so really hard to tell. I think B key was right side though. And there wasn't a small key available right away.
yeah, but you don't actually need the big key. Like, you can fall down the hole and then use Samaria. I don't know. You gotta study a lot to be able to understand the logic in Ice Palace. And everyone just skips it and just says, I'm just gonna bomb it. Whatever.
Oh no.
Ice Rod on Sora.
Well, maybe that rod, despite it being the ice rod, will remind Christos to go to Skull Woods. I know it's a stretch, but I'm hopeful. Pulling out the flute again.
Oh, never mind. Going to the hammer. He's going in the warp.
Oh,
Is this the
now I
swamp
don't
dip?
want him to go to swamp. I don't want him to go swamp. I really don't want Christos to go to swamp.
Well, we know he just did ice. He has ice completed. Swamp, I mean, I guess. Swamp's the other red crystal. I don't know.
He's going to swamp. No? Okay.
He's going to the
Because if he
Bombos
goes to
medallion.
swamp and fights a fire rod, he might think the boots are Turtle Rock.
I mean, he's going to the Bombos medallion, but you know what's coming.
Yeah,
you know he's going right back to swamp. He's not
Yeah.
coming over here just for his, just saying, I wonder what's on the bomb. Saying, I'm going to swamp.
I really feel bad for Christos. But at the same time, this is randomizer. This happens.
Wait, he's going to
Agina.
Desert Grandpa? Okay. I guess he's not going to swamp. He's fooled me.
He's fooled me as well.
This is, I don't know, this is a, I don't know, pretty low value checks he's done here. Let's go into Bombos and into Agina.
Yeah, he's certainly left a few loose ends that Chris is choosing to tidy up now.
Well, I mean, at this point, he has the entire Smith chain and stuff, too.
Christos
Hammer
is
pegs,
checking
all that.
Super Bunny and can't check
heading
Hook
over
Case, so this is just for Super Bunny.
I guess Super Bunny and the Turtle Rock.
There's sort of a question in chat. Someone doesn't know why ChristosOwen could not do Misery Mire. First one of Misery Mire requires you to cross a gap that requires either the hookshot or the boots, and Christos doesn't have either.
Yeah, and we know that one locks the other. So, if he's on a hunt or the boot, get his hook shot. He can't. It's just not automatically not.
jkoper is so close to those Titans yet so far.
Yeah, here it looks like he's finally doing pod. He's gonna get a bunch of stuff: lamp, flute. Kane was in pod too? Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah.
Lamp, flute, cane, all in pod. So these are the only two items Christos can get on the mountain.
Yeah, he can do this and then route it into Spike. He has a fairy, but he doesn't have an invulnerability item, I guess. So, probably do it. Still. I'm not
Probably.
sure whether it's in logic. It's one of those things that's close.
Alright, Alright, Turtle Rock requires Ether. And he has it.
Ether's the
Christos
thing.
is going to tip Turtle Rock.
Yeah, he just got Ether from the Bombos tablet.
And actually,
a red herring.
Actually, from outside looking in, there can't be anything important in Turtle Rock for once.
Yeah. Pendant Turtle Rock doesn't have any kind of progression.
The only
What a
thing you can
scene.
have in terms of major items is one of our invincibility items, the bottles, or the Quake Medallion, which is not needed this seed.
So we're gonna see how far this rabbit hole leads Christos. If this is a small key, he can continue going. Otherwise, and it's a small key.
Yep, key logic is letting him go a little bit deeper. The next guard is the Chain Chomps. They would also need to have a small key.
Oh man, fighting this guy without fire rod or a tempered sword.
Yeah, the Hokobokus are not fun enemy types. Oh
Another
no!
key. He's getting led further back. At this point,
There's
he can now
one-
check. Yeah, he can check the vanilla big key chest. He can check Mimic Cave too.
He can, and if the middle of the big key chest is the big key, and there's another small key on the way, he can go all the way to Laser Bridge. But it needs to be specifically vanilla big key, and then a small key, either in Crystal Roller or the big key chest.
Pokies.
Alright. Moment of truth here. How deep is the rabbit hole?
Oh,
It ends
just
here.
10 arrows.
That is a good thing. Now, as Kroper finds his Cadence Maria, Christos can check Mimic Cave still. There's the bug catching net. Something I didn't even make a mention of earlier. Combine the powder is a great item to have. And there's the flute. So flute and Cadence Maria for jkoper now. Just needs those Titan Smiths, and we'll be in go mode.
Yeah, he just has to go to Hobo, and Christos has to get the shovel out of Skull Woods. And we're basically in a shootout to see who does which strange check first.
I think Christos is running out of options. I think he only has dungeons left.
Christos still has the entire Smith.
That is true.
Oh, you know what would be really disastrous? What you would hate.
I already mentioned it.
Well, he did. Well, now he's already been in there, so now is he even more inclined to go back? If he gets the fire rod and swamp, he's heading down there right now.
He might be thinking this is a pet seed, actually. Which is probably the worst case scenario for him. Because that means, like I alluded to earlier, usually if you're thinking Pen Seed and you have Pen to Skull Woods, you save that dungeon for last. So there's no way he's going to get the shovel. It'll be a really late shovel to a really, really late boots to last location hookshot, I believe, for Christos. Which is unfortunate, but so goes the randomizer sometimes. So the best thing Christos can do is see the fire rod, remember Skull Woods, and leave.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, Christos does the entirety of this dungeon and finds nothing, follows the fire rod to Turtle Rock, does Eastern because he thinks it's pedestal, and then goes to Skull Woods as a last resort.
And jkoper finishing off finishing off Elmasaur, yeah.
jkoper, all he has to do is check the hobo. And he hasn't done many, actually he hasn't done any of his flippers checks. So he might do that soon. ChristosOwen coming up on the fire rod right now. This is the moment of truth here. Gotta keep looking.
Oh, I mean, he got that, and he's probably kicking himself because he was like, I was just in Turtle Rock. I just got locked out of there by this fire. But we know it's a good thing.
Now, where's jkoper going?
Oh, he's activating his flute. We'll see where he goes after this.
Yeah. At this point, jkoper knows that his Titan's vents have to be somewhere in the overworld, I believe.
Yeah, I think he does. I mean, he could, if there's an item still in the back of Skull Woods, that jkoper is fluting to the flipper checks.
Gonna start checking the waterfall area.
Zora. Yep.
It makes sense. Because he might do these checks first, then flute back down to 8 to go to hobo.
The problem with that, it's easier to do that the other way around. If you check the hobo, you know there's that little patch right outside. But here, if you go to Zora, you gotta run all the way around to be able to flute. Because in this screen he's entering, you can't use the flute at all.
Yeah, that is a problem.
I mean, most likely you'll see a save and quit after Zora drops. What was it he dropped? Something.
I don't even remember.
Ah, the Ice Rod, yeah. The Ice Rod of Doom.
Which thankfully jkoper knows is not required. Because the Titan's vents cannot be anywhere near Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, anywhere that Ice Rod will be useful is locked behind those. So, yeah, he saves and quits back to the mountain. Christos checks the right side, gets nothing good for his troubles.
Really, we're kind of tied up right now. Both runners have a couple dungeons left to do, but both runners are locked behind their respective missing item.
Alright, Christos is walking towards Skullwood's portal. He has the fire rod. What does he do?
I think this is Skull Woods.
Here's the other question, though. You just get a shovel at Skull Woods, are you going to give a crap?
He's going to Skull Woods.
I mean, you're getting a
This
shovel.
is the play
though.
he needed to make. And Chris is going straight to the back.
jkoper looks like he's going to check the pet? Or no, he's going to the warp too. I forget, you know, he doesn't have to.
There's the shovel.
It's a shovel. He's
Chris
walked
is
out.
immediately leaving. Was there only one item found in Skull Woods? Do both runners think the other item is here?
Yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, he's definitely going to the back. You know, he's checked everything in the front. I don't remember. I don't think there was another. I think it was just keys and keys and keys.
Well, with the shovel, Christos will find the boots during the Smith chain and just be done.
Yeah. You can do the Smith chain, check his boot. Check his shovel spot, get his boot. Ready to go.
Yeah, both are thinking it's on the moth. Oh, Cobra's gonna check the chest down here first. Ah, because the moth can't is the pendant. Doesn't care about the pendant. Makes sense.
He's just thinking that this.
It isn't the key. It's the item on the moth, though. Yes, it is. It's the tape.
jkoper is going out to check the big key before he even goes back to Moth.
So jkoper or Christos, sorry, rather knows both items here in Skull Woods have been claimed. We'll probably mirror, check the ped just to be 100% sure that it's not a ped seed. And then hopefully he checks that shovel.
Alright, what do you think? Just some rupees, a piece of love, 3 bombs,
The third shield.
10
Nah,
shots
10
for your bow, 10 arrows. Oh.
And Christos is going... Oh, Christos is going up Turtle Rock again!
Yep. Christos taking the trip back. He's following the fire rod they got in Swamp. Thinking, well, I better finish this up. He knows it's not a ped seed now. But, Turtle Rock's your green pendant.
Yeah, it makes sense to do that. He was so close.
Well, he has the item to get the item. He just has to go there. He just has to think, I'm gonna go there. I mean, it's just a shovel. What are you just not gonna care about a shovel?
Oh, checking Spike Cape first, actually.
Spike kick check.
This I like. Checking anything remotely fetch quest related.
Oh, the beeps are back. Oh, the cursed beeps are back. It's just running out.
Does he have a magic for this?
Yeah. Think? Yeah.
Very
Very close, but yeah. So normally in like 100% speedrun categories, you go back out with the blue cane, which uses less. And you have the boots, so you can do a spin dash off of the stairs.
Yeah.
It's a real fun trick to see, but it's one of those things you never ever see in random. You never see someone walk out of the spike cave until Christos does it today. man.
Chris is making sure no one sleeps through this match.
Yeah. If you were sleeping, you better wake up. It's beep time, guys.
I mean, these beeps are going so fast, they might as well be an alarm clock going off. jkoper now with the cape as well. Also thinking
Cave for him too?
Spike Cave.
Yeah. So they both immediately thought Spike Cave out of that Skull Woods. It's
And
interesting.
jkoper cannot think Turtle Rock is the titans he is missing.
Yeah, his go mode would be needed to get into.
So overall, Christos has the bigger time to lose here.
Yeah, jkoper side, we will actually see that save and quit coming out of the Spike Cave. We won't see the run. Because there's nothing up here for him to check. And come on, heart piece. Oh, a full heart. We did it. We made it out of beeps, guys.
I don't think so.
Oh my god.
No, we're not out of beeps.
Oh man, killing me. I thought
I
we
think
made it.
I think at that health total, 3 hearts sets it off.
Yeah. Oh. The beeps.
jkoper going to be checking Eastern. So not much of a time.
Finally, thank you, Christos. Getting the ferry. We're out of beeps, guys. We did it. We made it out. The beeps are done for now. Coper's finishing Easter. He came in here before, but he didn't have the lamp, and the dark rooms gave him a little bit of trouble. He didn't have any equipment when he first came in. He didn't even have a sword or anything, so dark rooms were definitely.
So it really comes down to who finds their go mode first.
Yeah, the other thing is that, well, I guess they both have 2 dungeons locked behind their go mode. Well, 3 for Christos and 2 for jkoper. So I mean, that's going to be an issue. He has to do more dungeons. I think it's a little more time. Go mode swamp versus go mode ice. I mean, they're both pretty. I think ice is a little bit longer.
Go mode Meyer is not that bad.
Go mode Meyer is just hope the big key's up early. Hope you don't have to hit the switch. But these guys have really got to be getting frustrated at this point. It's been probably, what, 20 or 30 minutes that they've both been searching for this item. Like this one item that they both need. Well,
neither one of them has the same item either.
Yeah, it's not the same item. They're both searching different spots, but the item hunt thing, they're having to go through.
Another fairy bottle for Christos.
That way he'll feel comfortable being on 1 heart for a long period.
Lucane. There's the 3rd shield.
So he can go back, kill Trinex. We're back on the beeps.
And That's all she wrote because jkoper
Yeah,
is checking
jkoper
hobo.
finally going to the hobo. He's going to get his mitts and be in go mode.
I think this was the last location for jkoper as well. So this was not a nice seed for either runner, but at least jkoper found the one item that didn't lead him astray, which was the shovel. And with that, folks, in an hour, 22 minutes and change, jkoper is now in go mode.
Alright, he has Ice Palace and Misery Mire to finish up. Lost the beams. You want beams for the second room in Mire, but it helps you kill the room a little faster. You want a few cycles on the wizard.
Alright, Christos has defeated Trinex's 2 heads. We know there's something here, unfortunately, for him. There's a couple of nice hits here. And down goes Trinex.
Trinex is done. We're probably going to see him turn and spin it first before finally does the Smith chain and stuff.
Yeah. That makes sense. Probably check Eastern.
Oh yeah, he might dip Eastern. I don't think he's dead at all.
Trouble Spot's probably going to be the absolute last location Christos checks, or one of them.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got the purple chest and toe behind him, you know, he'll leave that. But other than that,
And it's just the 10-pack.
yeah. And yeah, he's walking out, so he's definitely going to Eastern here. Clear that out.
Really, the only thing we haven't seen yet is the 4th bottle. We've found everything else. Well, no, we haven't seen the Quake Medallion either.
Wait, I mean, where have they not checked so far? I don't think either of them checked the Smith chain at all.
Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, Ganon's Tower.
Red Ring was at least spotted. They never picked it up. And JK, we're getting a small key in the torch chest, which means, just for the sake of key logic here, I believe that means that the left side has to have the big key as well as if it has a small key. And I think the right side also holds that truth. I don't know.
I don't know about the right side. Yeah, I know that's a thing for the left side. You get the small key of disappointment, and then you get to do the torch.
But yeah, it'll be a go mode ice for jkoper, and then up to Ganon's Tower.
jkoper, I think he used powder there, so we're not going to be seeing Spooky today, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the dash from jkoper.
Yeah, he didn't do the dash or anything either. But if you use powder, Spooky is broken too.
And jkoper may not know spooky action glitch. I wouldn't put it past him not to know that, or attempt to use it rather, and just.
Yeah, he
Well-
might. I mean, he might know it and just decided I need the powder here. I need the life instead of.
Yeah.
20 seconds.
Using
For the
a
Kate
dasher.
dash kill on Vitreous.
Well, you don't see that often.
Oh,
Made it, shots to the eyeball, and down goes Viddy. Alright. All that's left is Ice Palace. Alright, Armos Knights does have the last item here. So we're going to make short work of them, and they're already down. And that is 3 bombs. And that's all 3 pendants for ChristosOwen. He knows the pet doesn't have his item. So yeah, he literally last location is over in the Swift Chain area of the world.
yeah, he's down to Hammer Peg, Smith Chain, and the purple chest, I believe.
And he can't even do hammer pegs because he doesn't have the Titan's mitts. So it's literally Swift.
Oh yeah, it is literally just.
Oh, no, he does have
no,
Titan's
he has
mitts,
the
I'm
Titan's
mistaken.
mitts. He's finally doing the shovel, so he's gonna be in go mode a little shortly after jkoper.
Yeah.
We know he has three dungeons here, but Christos is an excellent runner of the game. I would say he has an execution advantage here. We'll see how much time he can make. They both finish.
There's the boots. So Christos is now in go mode. He doesn't have the hook shot yet, but he knows exactly where it is. It's on the library, just around the corner. 3 dungeons left to clear though, and jkoper's on his last one. That is a significant time gap. I'm gonna say maybe 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes at most. Execution will definitely bring that down significantly, though.
Yeah, GT Big Key. One decides to go right, one decides not to.
Yeah. Chris is gonna start with ice with swamp because that just makes the routing sense from the routing aspect because you can just do the desert and mire right back to back.
We do still have the issue too. Christos is on Master Sword here. We know where the 3rd and 4th sword form are. One's on the floating island in Dark World on Death. And the other one is in here in a chest he will probably not check. So having
Well, he
Master
might-
Sword is floating.
Well, if it's like the waterfall chest, he might check that on the way to Argus and then get it.
Was it the waterfall chest?
I don't remember.
Me neither.
But he knows that there is a tempered sword waiting for him on Floating Island. He might snag that on his way to Ganon's Tower. All right, with that, folks, jkoper has all 7 crystals and is now eligible to enter Ganon's Tower, where we have a game we like to play. We have 22 chests up inside Ganon's Tower's basement. Only one of those locations can have the Ganon's Tower big key. Give us a number in chat and tell us which chest you think will have the Ganon's Tower big key tonight. Yo-ho!
Not the waterfall chest. What is my
Where-
guess?
Yeah, what is your guess?
I'm gonna go with 7.
7?
7. What about you?
You know what? I want the fire rod to be required. It's in the main compass room. I don't care which number, as long as it's compass room. The next scheduled race for these 2 runners will be... Let me double check the schedule here. These 2 runners will meet again later for their Game 2 on Wednesday at 4 p.m. As of this point in time, restream to be determined. But will most likely happen. And for those tuning in late, the trolls of the seed were Hobo have the Titan Smith
is going
and
into
Chris-
Hookshot Cave.
Yep, wants the fourth sword.
He wants the 4th sword, okay.
And found the Titan Smiths at Hobo before going to the dig spot Skullwoods at all to get the shovel, which had the boots to get the hookshot off of Library. And was led astray by finding the fire rod in swamp in a non-hookshot locked location.
Yeah, this was a tale of who found their orphan check first, and jkoper made it there first.
Yeah. Thankfully, at least in terms of jkoper's end, as we are about to enter Ganon's Tower here. But having Go Mode Titan Smith is a little bit better than having Go Mode Hookshot when you're looking for your last item. Alright. Gonna start with the torch here. This is just straight up on the torch. No, but that is a small key. jkoper will pick it up.
Yeah, I think both of them in this situation would feel bad about where they're at, and you know, you just don't know how to gauge what's going on your other player's side, on the other player's side in this situation.
300 rubies, small key, 10 arrows, and the compass, 2, 3, 4, and 5. jkoper is mirroring. Dark Vision play going on from jkoper. Yeah, both runners most definitely feel behind. They pretty much last location their go mode. 6 is 3 bombs, 7 is 5, and jkoper will be heading right.
And he's doing tile room first. I mean, this is a gamble you would do if you're behind. If you think you're behind. We know that he's the first one into GT by a long shot, but he doesn't know that, so he's making risks.
I mean, I don't blame him. Now, I'm surprised he's not using the cape strap.
Yeah, the cape, and then you grip the wall.
Yeah.
And while you're gripping the wall, it doesn't use any magic.
Small
Just
key.
a small key in the tile room.
So that will be check 8. Christos, meanwhile, does pick up the big key in Misery Mire. Nine, 10, 11, 12 here in the compass room. 10 arrows. The map. 20 rupees. 20 rupees. So, it wasn't a compass room like I thought, so the fire room is actually not required to see at all.
Nope. But it is nice to have in the torture room, in the gauntlet. As you go upstairs.
And it is... I'm going to be amazed if it's the last check behind Ice Armors now, because that would be 22. Without it being tile room. That would be nuts.
Yeah, the non-tile room 22.
Chest number 13 coming up here, the map chest. 20 rupees, moving on. Pictures is going to be absolutely melting with these silver arrows that were in Ice Palace. That's crystal number 6 for ChristosOwen. Chest number 14 for jkoper has just another small key. 15, 16, 17, and 18 coming up. It is time for the randomizer room, as we like to call it. ₹20. The big key.
Big key.
Chest number 16.
Right. So we know here if Christos ends up going full left in Ganon's tower, he'll gain a little bit of that time back. But this is a rough situation.
And I did not actually see who actually guessed 16 in chat, but if you did, congratulations. Yeah, this game isn't just for fun, folks, because the bot was currently down. Still down, even. So yeah, this was not a pet seed, though. It was arrows on pet. Ether has our third shield. Actually, I think jkoper has picked it up. I'm not sure.
They both have 2 shields. I'm not sure if it's the same shield.
I don't remember. It doesn't really matter at this point.
And we're hearing the proper rate of beeps here.
Yeah,
Not
quarter.
double, halved. Thank you.
I think it's a quarter even.
Oh yeah, this might be a quarter.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's gonna be... Does he have a fairy?
I think he has a fairy in the bottle. Gonna heal up here, though. So, just to catch everyone up to speed, the 4th sword was in Swamp Palace in the flooded chest. Chris does not open that chest, so does not have a tempered sword. He does know that the floating island has a sword for him if he chooses to claim it, and he might, because he is on his way to Ganon's tower as well.
Yeah, Christos has finished his 7th crystal. He's on the way. We'll see how he routes. But he'd have to go straight to Rando Room to even think about having a chance. And also, he's on Master Sword, so.
All right, jkoper through the worst of Ganon's Tower at this point. Just has to light some torches and be a little bit careful here.
I mean, it's a good question. If, you know, Christos is a top 3 runner, he's been in the finals of Rando's championships. Does he feel like the sword on the island is worth the payoff?
I am not a top 3 runner, but I would say the time saved for Ganon fight is worth getting that sword.
I think with silvers, it's a lot different. Like a really top tier, like low percent player can do, I think, a 220 Master Sword Silverless Ganon.
Yeah.
And
Chris is picking up the temper.
Yeah, he's going for it.
This makes perfect sense. Because the real time save is in the first 2 phases. With the Tempered Sword. It's impossible to get a 1 cycle, and very rarely a 2 cycle with Master Sword Ganon. And 20 rubies in Moldarm's chest. As it normally is in the original game. Alright. Time for Agatu here as Christos enters the tower. jkoper's about to finish the tower. Gets a single hit there. That's a double, so 3 hits. Aga has 6 health. Gets another double there. And there we go. So with Agatu down, it is now time for jkoper to fight the pig. Gold sword in hand. It's only 6 slashes per phase, so it'll be easy first phase. One cycle on both phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 3, a little bit trickier. 4 hits, and Ganon will stomp the ground and break the floor around the room as he does it. And after the 4th hit, he'll enter the darkness technique. Keep the torches lit. And because we don't have the silver arrows, we'll need to do spin attacks as Ganon teleports away. You can do slashes, but it's a little trickier to time. 12 of those, and that'll be GG for jkoper.
Yeah, he has 1 frame of vulnerability when he teleports away, so you do a spin there to be able to catch that frame.
It's a couple of frames. Basically, if you ever see his arms go up, that's right around when you should release the spin attack. And you'll hit him. Chris is going full left.
Get that big key in the random room.
Oh no, that was a bad spot. So thankfully, jkoper will take a stun here to set up the torch glitch. You have the left torch before the right torch can go out. Right torch will now never go out. Saves on magic a ton. And yeah, maybe you can see Ganon's arms raised briefly as he teleports away here. That is roughly when you should do the attack for the silverless hits. Ooh, getting tapped with those fire arrows quite a bit. Running low on health.
Getting the triple spins in. If you time your fire rod shot to right when Ganon materializes, he won't shoot the fire bats, but he will give you that invulnerability or that vulnerability window.
Oh, a little too early. Unfortunately, you light the torch and mid-teleport. Ganon actually has no vulnerability to the sword, but there we go. Get your GGs. Yeah, words are tripping on today. Get your GGs in chat for jkoper, who has come to win this first race between himself and ChristosOwen. ChristosOwen will be able to change the setting in Game 2 to try to twist things around. And the official SRL time for jkoper is a time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 5 seconds.
Meanwhile, Christos is climbing the gauntlet. We'll be through with it soon.
And we are now joined by jkoper. GG's to you. Oh my goodness, this seed was a nail biter for sure.
Yeah, that was interesting. Obviously, I didn't think that I won. I mostly know what happened though, but prefer to wait for Chris before we get into things too much.
That's fair. He's just out fighting Lambo 2 on our end, so won't be too much longer. Alright, ChristosOwen is now through to the final floor here before Ganon. One more torch to light, and then that is gonna do it. Pretty well equipped as well. I forgot that that's what's said when the ice rod's on Sora. But down goes Moldorm 2 here. Christos leaving the 20 rupees behind.
We're going to see the bugnet strats here, guys.
Yeah, at this point, Christos knows that he has lost, so he's gonna have a little bit of fun here with Batgo. 3 hits thus far.
And that's Saga 2 dead. Bug-netted, disrespected.
Try to catch the bat. And now it's Christos' turn to fight the pig. Does have the silver arrows this time around, but it will take twice as many slashes to advance the first 2 phases of Ganon. Spins do the same damage regardless.
For Timber Sword, spins do double damage in phase.
Well, yeah, they do the same damage as having the gold sword. So it'll be 6 spins or 12 slashes for these first 2 phases. I think he got all the hits in? No, he missed one!
Oh no, he missed one. Didn't get the 1-on-1.
Yeah, I think it was 1 hit shy. Uh-oh.
Oh, we're back with the beeps. We're back.
The double
What a way
beast
to close it
again.
out. After we've had the traumatizing beep so often, we've got them again to close this.
Right. Oh wow! An instant stun.
And this should be oh, not the triple.
Double and finish it off.
That's the last hit. Ganon.
Huge GG's in chat now for ChristosOwen, who is finished strong here, as one should. And his official SRL time is as follows as he crosses the finish line with a time of 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 46 seconds. Oh, man. So we're going to wait for Christos to join us here.
Wait for Christos. We're going to do an interview. Figure out what was going on in their thought.
ChristosOwen, thank you for joining us now, and GG's to you as well.
Hello.
So, both of you, pretty much last location your go modes.
Yeah, mine was pretty rough. I'm guessing yours was the mids, jkoper.
It was the mids, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
and yours was, of course, the boots, which were on the dig spot. And that's really where the difference was, is because you had the mids, you had a lot more things lead you astray from the dig spot. Which
Yeah,
ended
absolutely.
Up and yeah, that ended up overall giving jkoper the win.
I was just surprised he didn't finish it sooner, to be honest.
So I'll explain what I did, and it'll make a little more sense to you, maybe. So I don't know if you had any trouble like in Thieves Town, but like I died on blind because it was a hammer fight. Maybe I could have had the sword first, I guess, because there was one in escape, and I didn't go there until after I died to blind. And then later, I think I decided I was going to go to Pod at some point, and then I realized I didn't have enough rupees, so I went into Eastern, and then I didn't get anything out of Eastern, but I went in the back and I got some rupees, and eventually when I did Swamp, and I full cleared Swamp, and I don't know. Eventually, when I got done clearing all of the dungeons that I could clear, basically, and doing Death Mountain, then I was like, I got to do the flipper spots, but I feel behind, and I think I'm just gonna flute to 8 and go straight to the Zora area, and then I skipped Hobo. So then, yeah, instead of doing Hobo, I went ahead and finished Eastern, and I finished Skullwoods and got the second item out of both of those before I even went back to Hobo. So I ended up clearing all but Turtle Rock on my side as well. And,
Okay, yeah, I can see that. If you had gone to Hobo a little bit earlier, I think you would have destroyed me by quite a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, I could have easily finished like 5 to 10 minutes faster. But yeah, I felt way behind at that point. So, like I did the tile room in GT and stuff. So.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you must. Okay, yeah, feeling like that was your only way out to win, sort of thing.
I mean, I didn't think it was my only way out to win. I didn't think I had any chance to win. So, I did it because, you know, I was way behind, and if anything was going to work, it was maybe that, and, but, you know, I didn't expect that to work either, so.
Well, congrats on the win. It was an interesting scene. It was kind of fun. actually quite enjoyed it. I'm really surprised that boots were not mitts locked. I just, I was following statistics. Turtle Rock is the most likely place to have boots, so I went there first without the fire rod, and you get 2 keys. So I managed to get to Mimic Cave, and then I finally went to Swamp straight after that. Found the fire rod, and then I was like, well, I am going to go back to Turtle Rock, but I'll do Skullwoods first. So then went into Skullwoods, checked the pedestal, and then went back to Turtle Rock for my second trip. Finished that off. Didn't find anything there. And then went to Eastern Palace to get my 3rd pendant. And then this is all after full clearing everything else in the game except for the pendants. Except for Smithy and Purple Chest. Those are the only 2 locations I didn't check. So full cleared Ice and double dip T-Rock, double dip Swamp. And I think that was it. But yeah, just missing boots. I had everything other than boots at the 46-minute mark, and it was a long journey to find the boots. But that's how Rando goes.
Yeah,
Yes.
the interesting thing was both of you basically were missing one item at around the same time. It was just a different item. And
Yeah.
it was really just, we were just waiting on which one of you finally went to the right place first to get it.
So when I got the shovel, I had just gotten the mirror out of Escape fairly recently before then. Or no. I got the shovel my first time when I died in Thieves Town. I did Skullwoods right away. And then, after I got the mirror, then it made sense for me to like go check K45 and then and then do the dig spot right away after that. So that's when I got the boots. And then of course the hookshot, and after I got the hookshot, then I checked a bunch of locations that
Gotcha.
didn't give me a whole lot, but I mean that put me on my way, I guess.
I mean, from my perspective, this went really well, just until missing the final item. Like I went to Escape, like after doing South Draw on Kakariko, and found my sword early. So I didn't have any trouble in Thieves Town or kind of anywhere really, because I had the sword. Like Thieves Town's pretty much where I went to as soon as I did the Denso board checks in the Dark World, got the bow, worked my way around the North Loop to Pod, found a load of items in there, and then checked Desert, saw that it was boots locked, and was like, okay, this is good. I don't have Fire Rod, I don't have Ice Rod, I don't have mitts and boots, and all I need are the boots and the mitts. So I was like praying I found the boots first, so that mitts would be my go mode, but it was the other way around. But yeah, like I didn't go to Skullwoods for a long time, but even if I had found the shovel there, I don't know that I necessarily would have checked Dig Spot, because I'd already done the South Loop in K45, and in my head, Turtle Rock was the better play.
Yeah, if you got the mirror early, that makes sense. It doesn't take too long to check the shuffle, but it's kind of orphan, I guess. And I don't know.
Well,
It was fun though. Yeah. GG's nonetheless. It was fun. Like I had quite a few points in the seed where I had to make a tough decision.
So only ended up
made it
with
interesting.
like 5 different in checks there. You have 5 more than I did.
Oh yeah, 5 minutes and 5 checks.
Yeah.
I like your filing.
Oh, thanks.
So game 2 will be coming up Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and Christos, you have the option to change the setting. Would you care to inform us of what your setting is, or do you need more time to think?
I'm gonna have to look at what I can change because I don't remember.
That's fair.
I could do what is it? Maps, compasses, fast
maps-
cannon.
It's
6'6"?
Mass Compasses, Fast Cannon, 6'6". You can make it standard, and you can make it a short sword.
Okay. Probably fast cannon. Or
Fast
6'6",
cannon.
One of those two. Actually, or maybe the maps and compasses. I like having maps and compasses randomized. Probably that, actually. So there you go, jkoper. It will most likely be maps and compasses around it.
Yeah,
So
I'm not really worried about any of those options, so that's fine with me.
So most likely will be Master Compass Shovel on Wednesday, which means Dungeons will have more variety and you won't have any information on the maps. That should spice things up a fair bit. Hopefully you can come back and make a game 3 here, ChristosOwen. But
Fingers
GG's,
crossed.
but yeah, GG's to you both. Make sure to follow both of these runners here in chat, folks. They put on an excellent race for today. Very grueling race, but a very good one all the same.
Yeah, make sure and follow my my co-commentator Wolflink 0370. Check
And
out
don't
our
forget-
tracker.
And okay, that's our tracker. I seen there. I hope I pronounced that right. And of course, make sure to also follow my co-com. This is not Yoho. Coming up on the schedule here in terms of releases for the tournament. Let me get this a quick refresh so I know what's coming up. We have our next match on Speed Gaming 4. That will be Deity versus Roach 788. And then come back here on Speed Gaming in 1, to Speed Gaming the original, whatever you want to call it, at 7:50 for GFB 12 versus Sailor Net. And there will be more races as the evening progresses. And of course, make sure to follow Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 226 so you don't miss any racing action, not just the Link to the Past randomizer. And of course, if you want to catch even more Link to the Past races, we have a Link to the Past randomizer and a Link to the Past randomizer 2 through 5. In fact, we actually have a match on a Link to the Past randomizer coming up tonight at 9:20. D-Demolisher 1 versus Zyrak. So with that all said and done, folks, we're going to go ahead and sign things off here. So from all of us here at the Link to the Past Randomizer 2019 tournament, I have been Wolflink0370, and we just see you all next time, and thank you for watching. Have a good night, everyone.